At this time, it is my privilege to introduce our salutatorian in the class of 2021, Mr. Isaac Combs.
I would first like to congratulate each and every one of you. I know you've probably heard it 1,000 times by now, but what you were able to accomplish during a global pandemic was remarkable, and you should be proud of yourselves. From not knowing if you were going to have any toilet paper left, to obsessing over a guy with a mullet and a tiger addiction, to turning in that last English assignment, we have been through a lot in the last year and a half. Because of that, I know that the future is bright. Contrary to popular belief, for the most part, this generation is not full of lazy, phone-obsessed teenagers. It is full of hard-working, determined young leaders that are taking charge and finding new ways to innovate and develop their parents and grandparents before them. However, I do think it is important to thank those that have supported us along the way. I'd like to thank my parents and grandparents for their unconditional love and support, and even my siblings, because while being obnoxious and annoying, they still support me and are often a good reason for me to isolate myself and get some homework done. I would like to thank all of the teachers and staff at Southside. This administration team has changed the school in tremendous ways over the past 3 years, and I cannot wait to see where they take it in the next 2 years. Thank you to Mr. Curry and the athletic department for continuing to support and help Southside athletics grow. I'd like to thank the custodial staff for their countless hours before and after school, keeping the building clean and in good shape. And I want to thank all the students before us for laying a path and welcoming us in 4 years ago. All the people I've just thanked are much more than a support system. They are part of the reason Southside is what it is today. They are the community that continues the tradition of the Ivy. If I'm being honest, I didn't come into high school with the best mindset. I didn't come in with the open mind that teachers always tell us to have. For most of my freshman year and even parts of our sophomore year, school was just a means to an end. It was one more stepping stone on our way to becoming a part of society. And it was not until we lost normal school that I realized why school, and specifically school at Southside, was so valuable and impactful. Because when we lost in-person school, we lost part of the community. The Southside community is not just about education. It is a community that has been shaped for the last 100 years from generation to generation. It's a community so special that people never seem to want to leave. To name a few: Mr. and Miss Shepard, alumni and now teachers; Mrs. Dici behind me, alumna and teacher; Coach Nolan, alumnus, administrative assistant, and longtime track coach; Mrs. Johnson, Miss Riley, Mr. Graff, Mr. Adams, Mr. Cycles, and so many more alumni that still teach and or on staff at Southside. Mr. Ron Holmes, who returned from Vietnam to teach at Southside for 25 years. And lastly, the late Officer Nathan, who not only served as a resource officer, but was an ambassador of Southside athletics for over 30 years, and also got to watch my mom leave school every Friday of her senior year to go see my dad. The people I've just named are examples of why my mindset coming into high school was so wrong. Their dedication to Southside showed me that high school is not about the grades or the accolades. High school is about being part of a community that always fights for each other, even when the odds are stacked against you. A community that looks out for one another, no matter the race, religion, or social class. A community that never stops giving back. Going to school at Southside has taught me that community and tradition does not die out. The specific individuals might come and go, but the impact they leave behind are what shape and preserve the importance of the Southside community. As we leave here today, many of us are going off to other cities and communities around the state and country. However, no matter where you go next year or in your lifetime, the Southside community will be a part of you. It has stood the test of time for 100 years, and it will stand for another 100. My fellow classmates, we have left our mark here as students, but our job is far from over. As we go our separate ways and begin new stages of life, I urge you to continue to give back to the community that has shaped you, but also to use the experiences of the past 4 years to help build and shape the communities you will be a part of in the future. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce my longtime classmate and friend, the 2021 valedictorian, Jenna Moore.